Hello Sagittarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Sagittarius for the week of September 6th. Now Sag, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Sag, just realize that the only place you can get anything from me is my website, zaneintuitive.com. There's a link to that in the description below. I'm not currently offering readings, but there are other things like my mailing list there. Just know I'll never contact you for money or ask you for a reading via email or anything like that. I also do daily content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Now, if this message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button so other people can see the video. Subscribe for future updates and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Also want to say very grateful to the people donating down below. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Same goes to my Patreons. All right, make sure everything's in view and we'll get right into this for you. Big week ahead, Sag, big week. All right. Looks good to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Two of Swords. So this is somebody who is at a crossroads right now. Okay, you can see they're deciding. They have these two swords in front of them representing kind of being in this deadlocked situation. It's almost like you realize that it's like when you realize something's wrong but you also see why it is wrong, or like when you realize somebody's upset at you but you also and that hurts you but you also understand why they're upset at you, that type of deal. It's that sort of crossroads where it's like you see both sides type of deal. And the thing is, this situation is leaving you feeling blindfolded here with this situation. Now the thing is, the Two of Swords is associated with some sort of an injustice. Okay, so either you or the other person, something like that happened. The thing is, there is a tower moment right here in the middle, but what I want to point out to you is all of the cards around it, minus the Five of Swords, but I'll get into that in a minute, are positive. So here's what I will tell you. So right away, let's just go ahead and get into this. You have the Tower, and here's what I'll tell you. So the Tower moments in tarot are feared, and they shouldn't be. And the reason being is sometimes the universe has to break us down to our foundation so that we can see that the way that we're operating is not in alignment with where we're going. And here's the important part. When you go through something like a tower moment, your vibration changes. Okay, your vibration changes. There's no other way to say it. And when you get into that different vibratory state, it allows you to manifest different things. It allows you to bring different people in, bring different situations in. And oftentimes when you have a tower moment, you also get something else. Yes, it feels like the world's crumbling around you. Yes, it maybe feels like things are on fire. But a lot of the times when a tower moment happens, at the end of it, when you've learned the lesson, there's almost like a reward, if you will. And for you, that seems to be the case. In fact, I will even go as far as to say that this tower moment showing up here looks like a good one, and especially so because right below it you have the Star, and I'll get into why that's so significant in this reading. But this is going to be like the best thing that could have happened to you. It may just not feel like that. So in the past you had some sort of leap of faith that you took here. This is the Fool. This is 0. It's the first card in the tarot. It's a very powerful card for that reason. It says you're embarking on the start of a new journey. Okay, Sag. This is moving forward without attachments, allowing the universe to guide you ahead. Not really knowing where you're going, but trusting that the universe will take you where you need to go, type of deal with the Fool. And so, very powerful card. You also have the Wheel of Fortune here. This is Jupiter energy. Of course, Sag, you are ruled by Jupiter. And the thing is, Jupiter is the planet of expansion and luck and good fortune. And, with the Wheel of Fortune, this is your destiny spinning here. Okay, now what I like to say with this is the wheel keeps spinning. So are you going to get on the train when the train comes, or are you going to stay at the station? Because this train's going to keep going whether you like it or not. And so when you get the fool, the Wheel of Fortune, especially with the Fool, it's like you better take advantage of this time now, and because there could be a positive change in luck or situations like that. Okay, it's like if you've been really wanting to go for something, here it is. You have, especially so because you have this Ace of Swords below, which is some sort of mental clarity arriving in your life. The clouds in the background clearing, leading to a breakthrough, and it's some sort of new beginning that brings about a victory. So you've had this situation here in the past. It's like bing, bing, bing. Like this, these three cards are incredible. So it's almost like there's been a nice harmonious period of time, and now coming to the future here, or the current situation, I should say rather, you have the Tower. You have the Emperor, the Tower, and the Star. So the Emperor, we've talked about, it's this upheaval, it's being shaken to your foundation. However, what comes after the Tower is the Star, number 17. And the thing is, this is your period of renewal, okay? This is a wish granted after going through an almost dark night of the soul situation here, with the Tower showing up in the middle. This is the most important card in the spread because it bleeds into the rest. And the thing is, whenever I get a Tower reading with the Star, it always makes me feel better. It always says that, to me as the reader, says that this is probably definitely in alignment with you. And that's how it goes sometimes. Now, I'm not telling you not to feel. I'm not telling you to, ignore your emotions. Definitely feel. Like if there's something going on, like take time to like learn from it. Like why has this happened? What is going on? But at the end of all of this, you are clearly having some sort of wish come true. And this person here, this genie really on the card, is in healing waters of renewal. Okay. And so if anything, this Tower moment, yeah, it might be abrupt, but it's going to be quick, and there's going to be like quick healing through this for you. Above this, you have the Emperor. Okay, this could be work related, or this could be issues with the masculine, either your father or a masculine partner, doesn't matter what gender they are, in your life maybe is going on here. You could also be dealing with issues of authority at work, something like that. This is actually a really nice card. It's big boss energy, as I like to say. It's good things happening at work, but you have the Tower under it, and so maybe something around those issues that's coming through with this Tower moment. Now in the future, you have the Five of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. Here's the deal. The Five of Swords is a loss, but it's completely recoverable. You can see the person in the background is down, but they're not out. Perhaps someone here in your life is trying to win at all costs with the Tower moment and the Emperor. Maybe they're an Aries. Maybe that's probably a little bit. The Fool can also be read as Aries. People do, because it starts off the tarot. Aries starts off tarot, starts off the zodiac season, and the Emperor is associated with Aries. So maybe some of you dealing with an Aries, but you have this Eight of Wands next to actually 8-8 here, which is really nice. The Eight of Wands is a quick moving event that brings about good news. It's accelerated motion. It's the feeling of getting unstuck. It's the feeling of moving forward. It's like finally getting out of the mud type of deal. And with the Tower next to it, like I said, this is coming through quick. Like it's like a freight train, right? And not only that, but you have the Eight of Pentacles below it, which is a really nice card. This is somebody who is this is the talent card in the tarot. It says you have some sort of gift, skill, talent, or ability that keeps you well provided for. It's a sign of positive movement forward in work, especially when you get it with the Emperor. It's like things are going well at work, like projects you're succeeding at. Not only that, but you're excelling at it, like you're showing your talents off in some way. Perhaps somebody is having a hard time with that, and it's leading to this Tower moment. But let's go ahead and see what else we have here. Let's start to clarify this. I'm interested to see. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It helps my channel grow, helps get the word out. There's also a bell below this video. If you click that bell, you'll never miss an update from me. And lastly, Sag, really appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope things are going well for you. I do have a Patreon if you want to support me there. Link to that in the description below. Absolutely no pressure though. So let's see what we have here. We do have one card that wants to pop out here, and it makes sense for this reading. But let's see what other messages want to come forward for you here. Sagittarius. So first card that wanted to come out, Mercury, open communication, get a weight off your chest, speak up with love and be heard. Someone's getting a weight off their chest. There's no question about it. The other thing about the Eight of Wands is it can symbolize communication, maybe even at a distance, but there's perhaps a phone call or something like this happening here, Sag, but there's some sort of situation happening. Someone's getting a weight off their chest, and there's going to be communication that comes in. And it could be what this is about. Now you have the Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. If you know what you're doing is right, and they're going through stuff, like, I almost get the sense that whatever's going on, like, remember what I said with this Two of Swords in the middle, like, you understand why they're mad, but at the same time, you're not doing anything wrong here. You got to trust your voice. Make sure that you are sticking up for yourself too. And yeah, look, Odin, psychic insight, third eye is open, see truth for what it is, follow your intuition. That's what I was saying. Make sure you're making, like, I almost feel like you know why this is happening, but especially with the intuition message, the idea that you can see into the future, but at the same time, like, stand your ground here. And yeah, I do feel like maybe some of you are just dealing with a challenging person, no doubt about it. So let's see what else we have here, Sag. Okay, let's get some more tarot messages for you. See what wants to come forward. Okay, you have the King of Cups. Okay, yeah. So you have the Four of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune coming in again. Jupiter energy. Wow. You are definitely abundant here. Finances are stabilizing for you with the Four of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune twice and the Ace of Swords. It's around communication. The thing is, the Ace of Swords can also be communication because it's like mental clarity, mental acuity, anything like that. And the thing is, you have this King of Cups here. You can see this person is sitting in a storm. Okay, you can see the water is choppy. And so this person, actually just the King of Cups in general, is emotionally intelligent. Okay, they're good with emotions. They're good at holding space. They're good at listening. They're good at all those sorts of things. And so you are definitely weathering some sort of emotional storm here that I feel like is coming through someone else's communication. It's almost like someone's going to unload on you here. And the good news is that you definitely have the tools that you need to make it through this in a positive way. So just trust your intuition and your inner voice. You have the Strength card. You have the Star coming in again. Wow, repeating messages. Two really nice cards. And the High Priestess. Wow. Okay, look, this makes me feel even better. You have the Star now on top of the Tower with the Star under it and the High Priestess. Do you intuitively know that you are in the right? If you do, I would trust that, okay? The High Priestess is also hidden knowledge coming to the surface, okay? It's the hidden, the unseen, the intuition. It's the divine feminine. And so there's going to be a revelation here that comes out through communication, I do feel like, for some of you. And this is going to feel like a healing period of time with the Star and the Tower. You are rolling right past this Tower. In fact, I think this is a healing tower. This is a big moment for you. And the other thing with the Strength is card, it's the energy of energy. And so it can feel like an energetic release. And I think you have to stand in your power here as you deal with someone else's energy, as you deal with some maybe challenging communication, maybe Tower communication here. But the Strength card is someone who has so much courage that they can walk next to a lion. And you're really being called on to just dig into that part of yourself, especially with the Emperor, which is just like authority. The Emperor is a card of authority here. And so trust what you know here. Okay, you have the Knight of Wands, you have the Page of Swords, and the Hermit. It's interesting because Eight of Pentacles is a card that I associate with Virgo, and the Hermit is the Virgo card. So you have that with it here. It could be just talking about how we're in Virgo season, but for others of you, you are mastering a talent that you have. Okay, very clearly, because the Hermit is about self-mastery. The Eight of Pentacles is, like I said, the talent card, the biggest talent card in the tarot. And so I think you're just building and improving here. This is definitely, my intuition has been on this the whole time, but like I said, the Eight of Wands can indicate communication, and Page of Swords can be disappointing news or news of delay, challenging communication with an air sign. And so some of you dealing with that, very clearly here in this week ahead with someone. They could also be an Aries or have those sorts of qualities, but definitely don't get hung up on the sign because the natal chart is large. So just keep that in mind. Now you also have the Knight of Wands and the Five of Swords. Passionate situation happening here. I do feel like emotions are on high for you and this other person. And so I would just be careful of not burning. Okay, don't burn the bridge. Normally the Knight of Wands is a card of travel. It's like taking a cross-country road trip. The Eight of Wands, which is right below it, is long-distance travel. So some of you thinking about changing residence, some of you thinking about moving, some of you thinking about long-distance travel. Could be what this is around or something like that. So let's see here. We had the community card that wanted to come out. Mature woman. And we have the Lovers, wealthy man, courthouse, main male. Yeah, I mean, you're dealing with multiple people. We have kings here. We have, it doesn't matter. We're dealing with issues of the masculine and the feminine here. There's no question about it. But I do want to see what's going on with that community. Okay, so you're just dealing with a challenging person. I feel like this could either be a mother or a father figure for some of you. I do feel like some of you have something paying off here. Wealthy man, this person's just at the end of a successful trading day. It doesn't matter what gender you are, just indicating good investments. And you have the Wheel of Fortune twice in the same column with the Four of Pentacles, finances stabilizing. This situation's balancing out as it should. If you think about courthouse, the divine scales. And yeah, there's just either an issue for some of you, either with the feminine or the masculine. Could either be a mother or a father. That's what I'm picking up on. It's like you have an understanding, but you also know that you need to stick up for yourself. So narrow message, but I think some of you are going to resonate with it. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, zaneintuitive.com. Consider becoming a Patreon. I will see you in the next one.